Each commencement ceremony, one graduate is chosen to speak on behalf of the graduating class. To be selected for this honor, students must not only demonstrate academic success, but they must also exemplify the values of our institution. The graduate chosen for this ceremony is Amber Harrington, who is, who is receiving a Master of Science in Educational Administration. Amber received her Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education in 2011 and has taught in various elementary and middle schools in the region. She was a Graduate Scholar Award recipient in 2023 and served as a representative on the school leadership team since 2018. In addition, she was a Capturing Kids' Heart champion from 2019 through 2022, a 21st century after-school tutor from 2018 through 2020, and a school PBIS team representative from 2013 through 2017. She has served in various volunteer capacities, including as a YWCA tutor from 2014 through 2021 and a Believers Children's Ministry Assistant Coordinator from 2018 to 2020. Amber, it is my pleasure to welcome you as the student speaker representing your graduating class.
Thank you, Provost Cobb. Good evening, esteemed faculty, supportive family, friends, and hardworking graduates. I count it as an honor, blessing, and privilege to be speaking with you tonight. James Baldwin once said, "History is not the past, it is the present." We carry our history with us. We are our history. If we pretend otherwise, we are literally criminals. This statement demonstrates that when we are born, the stories of the past are born with us, through us, and inside us. There is no way to truly erase history because it lives within us. We cannot control the history that we inherit or are born into. Could you imagine a world where a person could choose their inherited narrative? If I could choose my narrative, I wouldn't ask for anything exuberant or special. I'd want a predictable life. I'd be born into a Hallmark Christmas movie. You probably know the plot, the setting, and at least two characters. And if you don't, ask your neighbor, they do. I was not born into a Christmas town in the mountains with picture-perfect parents. I was born to young parents and raised by an encouraging and tight-knit family. We can't control anything about being born or the histories that come with it. Though the setting, characters, and plot are given to us, we can pick up the pen and start writing. You and I didn't get to choose how our stories began, but we can become authors and create our legacies. We can change our generational histories. Life is often referred to as a book. If it's a book, you and I are the writers and the protagonists. I want to take you through the writing process for the book of life. The writing process has 5 parts: pre-writing, drafting, revision, editing, and publication. Some of these stages can happen at any age or stage in life. I found myself in a stage at 15 and the same stage at 36. That's because we should be constantly looking for ways to improve ourselves. The first stage is called pre-writing. The pre-writing stage is where the brainstorming happens. This is where we dream our big dreams and imagine our hopes and visions for the future. It could also be where we develop some solutions for life's challenges. It is where we create a plan. Becoming a teacher was part of my pre-writing stage at a very young age. Next is the drafting stage. The mistakes happen in this stage. That's why it's often called a rough draft. A person is trying to put their pre-writing plan into action during the drafting stage. People may experiment with different ideas, ideologies, or identities in this stage. When I think about my most memorable drafting stage, I think about my teenage years. I was trying to figure out who I was. At this stage, I also started dating my husband. It was in the drafting stage that I made a choice that would change the trajectory of my life and affect my pre-writing dreams. In this drafting stage, I decided to have my first child. This choice changed me from one statistic to another. A child born to teen parents becomes a teen parent. But I didn't let the teen mom statistics define me. I picked up my pen and moved on to the next part of the writing process. After my son was born, I had to begin the revision process. I had to revise and modify my goals. I had to reprioritize my life. I had to work and go to school to achieve my dream. There were many times I wanted to quit, but with the help of my family, I persevered, graduated, and became an educator. Another stage in the writing process of life is the editing stage. In the editing stage of writing, an author looks for mistakes and makes changes when needed. Editing can be connected to reflecting on our lives. It's where we evaluate ourselves and the choices to become better versions of ourselves. Editing is also where perspective changes. Sometimes life throws us curveballs. Sometimes those difficult times are because of the choices that we made. But at times, we are faced with circumstances that we didn't expect or incur. It's at these moments where we have to edit our perspective. We have to pick up the pen and rewrite the way we are going to view a trying and challenging moment. We have to use the pen to create a positive perspective of joy. It's easier said than done. Sometimes I have to pick up the pen and rewrite my positive perspective daily. The last stage of life is the publication stage. This is where our book of life is revealed to the world. This is the stage that we may not get to see. We can only hope that through pre-writing, drafting, revising, and editing, we've created a story worth sharing. I am grateful that SIUE is in the plot of my story. Through all of the twists and turns of my book, this moment in my education is a bright spot. SIUE allowed me to get affordable, quality educational experiences and show my students, peers, and children academic excellence is possible no matter what your history is. Congratulations to the graduates who have worked so hard and added a well-deserved page to their books. I know your next chapter will be worth reading. After celebrating and honoring our graduates and getting back to the normalities of our lives, remember that your life is a book. You are the author and the main character. Create a legacy that is not only worth sharing, but most of all, author a legacy that empowers others to pick up the pen and create their own remarkable story. Thank you again, and congratulations to our graduates.
Thank you, Amber, for your message, and thank you for allowing SIUA to be part of your